2TC is an achievement in Bloons Tower Defense 6 where you need to complete a game of chimps using just 2 towers. And also we're going to be playing on hard mode because I like a challenge. There we go. Now we've got ourselves a proper challenge here. Let's get down to it. Just kidding. We're going to be playing on spar pits, not tar pits. Yes, because it would be kind of mad if you try and do a 2TC on tar pits, let alone a normal game of chimps on tar pits. I like my paradise here, not some volcanic eruption kind of ordeal. And now we have the money for our Dartling Gunner to be placed down. It's going to be very nice once we get the Energizer because it will reduce the cooldown time for the M.A.D. Yeah, I'd say Spar Pits is one of the, or if not, the best map for a submarine to cover this entire circle here. Because you've got beginning, early, mid, late, exit. It covers pretty much nearly all aspects of the track. Sometimes it's not about how much of a track that you have covered, it's how many segments can your tower cover. But in this case, we can do both. Now, as much as I would like to go down to airburst darts, it's just not an option with this combination because you're too expensive, Hydro Rocket Pods. Now, I just hope that the plutonium reactor will be able to deal with some super fortified ceramics in the 80s because we need all the firepower which we can get in order to get through this scenario because of the fact that the M.A.D has been given a price nerf of going up from 64,800 to 70,200. Here we go, the reason why you need heat-tipped darts for this particular scenario. Can we go through this scenario? We're looking a little bit pierce-capped here at the moment. And there are some regrow balloons. I saw yellow going there and thought my life was about to die. I guess we'll go with plutonium reactor first before we get Hydro Rocket Pods. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't do that, to be honest. Hope you're all excited for update 49 with teasers of the Desperado Tower keep being leaked out by Ninja Kiwi. This tower ain't big enough for even one of you yellow balloons. The fastest yellow balloon in the west makes its way to the exit. 4 points deducted. Here's Hydro Rocket Pods for your rocket needs. Yeah, I can't remember in update 48 if it's the base damage of Hydro Rocket Pods or if it's the base damage of Rocket Storm that is increased from 1 to 2. But let's see. So it is the Hydro Rocket Pods because we are doing 2 damage at a time. That's not including the laser shock damage in which we're doing. Let me know in the year 2150 if a 2TC on tar pits is possible. Yeah, we're definitely going to need to save up the money now in order to get the M.A.D. Otherwise, we're just not going to have enough firepower in order to get through the 80s. I need you to deal with the ceramics later on when it comes to the free play rounds. Can you do that in your current state, plutonium reactor? I am really banking on you to do so. Otherwise, we might be in a spot of bother. Yeah, we can still take care of these early MOABs without needing to use the Hydro Rocket Pod ability. But when it comes to like BFBs, fortified MOABs, fortified BFBs, and the ZOMG, the ability is definitely going to have to be spammed out. Yeah, your priority with the Hydro Rocket Pod should be on the MOABs and hope that the plutonium reactor clears up the remnants on the inside. We have had one fail so far throughout this entire run, but that was just down to me not purchasing anything because I thought we would be able to get through that round and try and get Hydro Rocket Pods as soon as possible, only to then realise that I didn't need it at that given point in time and we needed something that can handle multiple targets, not single targets, and we still can't even do that very well. Yeah, we are kind of still struggling against normal ceramics, so we're gonna need a combined effort of both of these towers in order to actually get us over the finish line and be able to pop the ceramics once the MOABs are out of their shells. Can we do this without needing the ability? Yes, we can. Yeah, I can see us getting pierce capped at times while we are here. And it's better if the Moabs are more clumped together in a way, because it means that our pierce has been more used up, and I'm using less time to maneuver my Dartling Gunner around. Okay, can we do this without the ability? Or am I just banking on too much to go right here? Okay, you're bandaged, so that's good. And you? Fine. No ability still used, and hopefully that clears the rest of this, but we are being severely pierce capped. Oh, that doesn't really bode well for round 76 and 78. Okay, third and final lot of ceramics. Yeah, if you go middle path, then your radiation has more pierce, so therefore it's able to affect more balloons at a time. Right, can we do this still without using an ability? I hope that is the case, because I like to test the limits to see what I can and cannot do without needing the ability. And that works about 95% of the way. Yes, only 30k away from the M.A.D. It used to be only 20, well, at this point, 21 from this given point in time. Actually, the M.A.D is kind of mad when it comes to its performance. Against mild class balloons, that is, not the ceramics. You need a ceramic killer for those. I just hope that this is the build order and I am not shooting myself in the foot. The only annoying thing about Dartling Gunners and heli pilots, for that matter, is if you have your mouse over something which is overlaying the screen, so let's say this cash counter or these hearts or abilities down here, if you have like normal set so that the Dartling Gunner follows your mouse, it stops moving, which can be really annoying at times, especially when an exit is, let's say on Resort, the exit is all the way over here. So therefore, if you try and have your mouse over at this given point in time, the cursor will not move, which is really annoying. If you like what you're seeing and you want to see more videos like this in the future, then make sure you click that subscribe button so that you can see more videos like this in the future. If we manage to get ourselves to 100,000 subscribers, I will be doing a montage of every single time so far on the channel I've died to a yellow balloon. And if you're new here, I die to yellow balloons a lot throughout my videos, so yeah, that's really fun, isn't it? Okay, I will use my ability, or shall I hold off still? I've still not used a single Rocket Storm ability. Not one so far, and when the Moabs are more clumped up like that, I feel like I'm doing more damage, but maybe it's just me when they're all clumped up together. Actually, the more I think about it now, because they're more clumped up together when they go down from BFBs to Moabs, therefore it causes more explosions to appear, which is why it looks like I'm doing more damage against them. This might be the round where I'm going to have to use an ability because of how many targets there are, but let's just see what happens here. But these fortified ones need to take my attention away for a bit. And even when they're down to fortified ceramics, I still feel like I need to have my eyes on them at all times. At all times. Okay, that's good so far. Yeah, they've gone down. Yeah, we're creating more explosions, which is what's causing that additional damage on them. Okay, that is successful. Okay, let's see how we fare on this round. And we are being... No, we're not being pierce capped. It didn't look like we were going to be pierce capped there. So if we have a total damage of above 2,042,000, then round 76 is the reason why. Yeah, this is going very well so far. Again, abilityless. We need to rely on the wonderful plutonium reactor in order to get us through this. Got that out of the way. I think I thought we were going to be pierced out there for a second, and we have managed to complete. I took my eyes off there for a second, and that happened. It's definitely possible. You can form a routine because of the way the round works on round 77, so that you can have multiple explosions occurring at the same time. If you have your mouse over here when two Moabs are on here, therefore they both receive 2 explosive damage worths, if you get what I mean. Right, that is still not great. Thank you, yellow balloon. Is this any better? Is this ladies and gentlemen, any better? I think it definitely is, but let's not jinx ourselves here. There we go. That's what we need right here. That is why you subscribe to my channel, the clutches. The stupid gameplays, the stupid challenges that requires a very niche and specific setup. Like Archmage and Special Operations, you need to keep your wizard at a 220 so that A, it can pop the lead balloons early on, and B, you can afford Special Operations for around 59. But anyways, we are not on that combination, we're on this combination, and we have managed to deal with all of this. Lovely. Okay, let's keep our eyes on you, and actually we can now afford the M.A.D, which means it is now hammer time. And we are definitely being pierce capped, it looks like, and we are stupidly useless against all of this. Very much so. Thanks, Yellow Balloon, again for your hospitality, your never-ending love. Actually, if we keep you at a rocket storm for a moment and then wait until all of these regrow rainbows have been popped, then we don't have to deal with the masses of regrows on this round and the ceramics that spawn out of those. Okay, there we go. We'll put this now at a M.A.D and then deal with all of you, and hopefully that deals with all of... Are you bloody kidding me? Somehow I just don't think I'm cut out for this. Right, let's do a little bit with the rocket storm. Now let's go up to M.A.D and deal with these one at a time, even though it's very hard not to deal with these more than one at a time because of how they are and what they are. Okay, that's very good. We should not be pierce capped for the time being with our submarine here, because now we're going to free play and the ceramics no longer spawn children, so therefore we're no longer being pierce capped, but we are doing very little damage against these ceramics with the plutonium reactor. Yeah, that's not great. That's really not great. Maybe I should have gone with the Energizer first, but I'm just worried about damage. Can I do something with the M.A.D ability? That is my question. But then again, once we've run out, we've run out. Oh gosh, put as a quote, once we've run out, we've run out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start this again because we just don't have anything for the ceramics, even though the Energizer does moderate damage against mild class balloons once it does become an Energizer. So we'll see you soon. Well, for me it'll be a fair few minutes, but for you it'll be now. Here we have the Energizer up and running. Yeah, this is just gonna absolutely obliterate round 63. Let's just leave it to the Energizer. It'll be able to do it on its own. What about the third lot that's slightly bigger? Nope. Okay, round 79. We're going to need to use the Rocket Storm ability for these fortified BFBs because they are a whole lot tougher than your bog standard BFB. And remember, on the inside there are fortified Moabs and fortified ceramics to deal with as well. We can use these rocks actually to get some additional damage from time to time because of the fact that when you hit an obstacle with this, it creates an explosion. And obviously it does an explosion when it hits the target, and it does an explosion when it hits an obstacle. And also that's where the that's where the projectile ends. So let's now use this rock to our advantage over here by using the ability on it, and the UMG. Hopefully we can go through this. This is why I wanted to get the M.A.D first, but then like the plutonium reactor is like useless against super fortified ceramics, so we have to do it this way. And if it comes down to it that we can't even progress towards getting the M.A.D, then I have no idea what to present, really. I have no idea, because, well, overall, this is definitely a lot smoother than getting the M.A.D first, let's just say that. Yeah, we're all in agreement that this is a far better round 81 attempt with the Energizer and Rocket Storm than the plutonium reactor and the M.A.D. Now fortify BFBs in free play rounds because, well, the ceramics are twice as tough now to crack open. These crustaceans stand no chance against our rockets. all our hot pods. There we go. Round 82 cleared. Round 83, I'm not concerned whatsoever. In fact, I'm just going to leave the Rocket Storm to clear out the Moabs, because the Energizer's got this when it comes to the super fortifieds. No problem whatsoever. They're going down very well there. Honestly, not that many rockets to take them out because of the amount of explosions that they created because they're all bunched up like that. Same with these ones as well, really. Just look at them all go. Out of existence. Okay, Rocket Storm is definitely needed. There's quite a lot of BFBs. And we're very close now to the MAD, which is good. I am not, after all, going mad about this entire challenge. Unlike Spirit of the Forest and the MAD, which both T5s are barely affordable on round 89, we can comfortably afford the MAD on this round? Well, I hope we can anyways. Otherwise, our chances are going to go down the pot. Come on, once you get down to BFBs, there we go. It should be a lot quicker from this point onwards. There we go, there we go. And we have the money for the MAD now. Brilliant! We have a ceramic killer and a Moab killer all in one package, and yeah, I think this is pretty easy from this given point onwards. We just need to ensure that, well, each thing does what they can do respectively, and that goes down really easily. I've never seen a round 87 go down so quickly before. Yeah, the left arm is always guaranteed to hit the Moabs, whereas the right arm can vary because of where it is on the track here. Round 90, what about DDTs? Smack. Yeah, because of how many overlaps there are on the track, these ceramics stand no chance whatsoever. Okay, we'll put you over there. Still, the Energizer will absolutely rip you open a new one and call it a day, because they'll deal with a remnants which the MAD is absolutely pants against. I love 2TC combinations where one tower does one thing really well and the other tower does another thing very well. So for this, obviously the multi-killer of the little ones and the multi-killer of the big ones. Let's use the ability just to get these down sooner. We are kind of getting pierce counts though, which is something which we need to be wary of. But that's fine. Okay, round 95. This shouldn't be too hard. Like, the mobs are kind of spaced out, especially with DET. So this is going to be a successful attempt of this round. There we go. And if the DETs do survive, and it looks like the Energizers are, sorry, the Energizer are cleaning them up, which is really good. Yeah, this is quite perilous at the moment. For the balloons, that is. It's like that one meme, it's like, call an ambulance, but not for me. Yeah, you're going to have to see the helium doctor after this one. Round 97 is going to be an absolute blast. We just don't have the ability, but thanks to the Energizer's presence, we should not have to worry about that. Okay, we do need to clear these Moabs up. We are being pierce capped, kind of. Okay, maybe my timing of the ability on round 98 is really bad. Maybe I shouldn't have used it on round 97, because now we can't actually clear these up instantly. What if I just wait for the ability to come back online? That could be a strategy. Then now let's clear this up, just focusing on the fortified ones at the moment. And there are some other little ones in there as well, which is okay. Kind of. Yeah, I think this is probably... It would probably be better. It looks better. Really, of everything that has happened so far, this is what defeats us? Yeah, the fortified targets are the ones which take the most consideration of. And that is the run, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Imagine if one yellow balloon just snuck through there. No, thank you. Okay, round 99, just deal with it all by using abilities, our moves, etc. Now we've got one bad, pink, big whale of a time. There we go. There is the run, ladies and gentlemen. It took a little bit to fathom out round round 90. I was supposed to say 89 there. But waiting for the ability to come back and then just not using the ability at first and just whittle down some of the fortified targets at first is the way to go, because you need to take out those fortified targets because the super fortified ceramics need to be appearing as soon as possible, so then the Energizer can get to work at popping them as much as possible. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Energizer. This is the M.A.D. This is what we call an energizingly mad run right here, with some early rounds and a little bit there where we ignore my first attempt. Just ignore. I just realized that both of these are black and green. Very cool. You are definitely energized by the eyes of the plutonium reactor. Stare into the nuclear sign of this and you will definitely not go insane or die from radiation. Probably most likely you will do though. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching, everybody. Let me know what you thought of the video down in the comment sections below, and see you all in the next video with whatever it may be. Banana Farmer! Thank you all so much for watching and take care of yourselves, everybody.